So, prerequisite to the JDBC program is the following. Uh, there is a requirement of external database, the version MySQL 5.0 or the latest version also you can download and install to the machine. And you required to avoid the conflict between the exam server and the exam server MySQL and the MySQL externally which you are downloading and installing into the system. Check your system compatibility before installation of MySQL. Either it supports 32-bit or 64-bit or Linux versions. So depending on that, you download the MySQL 5.0. So minimum requirement is 5.0. So you can even download the latest version also. So second requisite to execute this program is there is a connector. It is called as a communication channel between the JDBC and the database. Java program and the database MySQL connector Java. The minimum requirement is 5.1 the version. Again, you choose the appropriate version and download it. So all these are available in the Google. If you type and paste it in the Google, MySQL 5.0 or the MySQL connector Java, so you are able to download this jar file from it. It is a jar file, .jar file. It is a Java archive file. You can download easily from the Google website. So the third requirement is database URL with respect to the MySQL connector. So we are obtaining that from this the window, the services menu. So we are obtaining this database URL from this database services, and also we are obtaining the driver which is from the databases. So once if you install MySQL, by default it will configure with the IDE, this NetBeans IDE. So you will get the database URL from the properties of that MySQL instance which you are going to locate here, and the driver also you obtain from the properties of that MySQL instance. Now, so switch on to previously you are there with projects, right? So create the new project, web application. Next, so here P10 I'm giving the name as a project name. Select the Apache Tomcat, then next, then finish. Now you are going to create the project on JDBC. Project on JDBC. Fine. Okay. Now switch to the services. Switch to the services. Go to the databases project. When you expand that, you will obtain this database. Expand that. If you are unable to expand, means probably it is disconnected. Previously it was disconnected. Now right click on this and start the server. It will start this database server. These are the important steps to execute your Java JDBC application. And there is an instance called as MySQL schema instance. Right click on that and connect it. When you are able to connect this instance of that MySQL JDBC MySQL local host, the host number 3306 which uses with the MySQL instance. So this instance is created, connected. Now right click on this to obtain the database URL and the database driver. So we need to obtain those things through the properties of the SQL instance, MySQL instance. So right click on that instance, properties. Here you will get database URL and driver. To copy this, there is an triple dot option. So you select this, use Control C for copy, Control C for copy, close it. What is this? Database URL. You paste it under the database URL. You paste it under database URL. Database URL. And the second one is what we need, database driver. The database driver. So you paste this database URL here for temporary. Later we are going to use this. We are including this in our code. Now use the second option, database driver. To obtain the database driver, again go back to the services, JDBC instance, properties. So you will obtain driver. Double click on that. Select and copy it using Control C. Then paste it for later use. This is the driver. This is the JDBC path. So two more requirement is there. Username of the MySQL server, by default root, password of the MySQL server root. So these are all the prerequisites. Very first prerequisite is what? First prerequisite is what? Install MySQL 5.0 or later version. Check your system compatibility. The second one is install or download MySQL connector, some version 1.5.16, some version number with .jar file. Again, appropriate, download appropriate, not exactly the same, appropriate jar file. The third prerequisite is database URL. You will obtain this using your services option. And here you need to connect the database. Then schema is going to be connected. When the schema is connected, it is opening the instance of that MySQL schema. Here, right click on the schema, properties, database URL. You are obtaining the database URL, that is database path where your database is present. You are getting that, and the username. The fourth requirement is username. While installation, what you were given the username, that username. So most of the time, by default, we're giving the username as root, password as root, and the sixth requirement is the database driver, that is com.mysql.jdbc driver. So usually the MySQL port number is the MySQL port number 3306. These are the some prerequisite to develop your JDBC program, Java database connectivity program. I hope you understood that. Is it clear? No response.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now switch to the projects window. Switch to the projects window. So already I have created the project. First I will show and execute that code. Similar to that program, we are going to develop parallelly. Okay. First, let us see the output of the your application. What the application which is going to give the outcome. Are you able to see the Chrome browser?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, now,
No, sir.
now see, check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the appropriate outcome of your program. This is a client page. You are going to create the model view controller application, simple single page web application you are going to create here. So you are going to provide the actions such as CRUD operations, create, update, read and delete. So here insertion, adding record into the database, updation, modifying the content of the data row, then deleting the application, deleting the rows of a database and displaying the content of the database table. These are the 4 operations you are going to perform. Now first let us display if any record is present in our database. Display record. So it is displaying the empty record set, means there is no record found in our database. Now the very first operation is displayed. Second operation, inserting. For example, Chetana. What is your USN number? 1BY 19 MCA. Okay, let us assume the data 51.
54,
okay.
sir.
54. Let us assume the data. Contact number, I am assuming all lines, and email ID at gmail.com. Right. So you select your appropriate action. I am going to insert this information onto the database. When you click on submit, one record. Observe at the left hand, one record added into the student table successfully. How we come to know that that record is added? Information is displaying whether it is added or not. How to get it? Again, by selecting display records, submit. So the information of that student is going to fetch from the table it was recently inserted onto the student table. Is it clear? Similarly, insert another record. Insert another record. Submit. One record added. Display record. That record already added. Again, go with one more insertion. Insert record added, display record. Okay, is it clear? Insertion and display is happening, right? Now let us update. I want to change the number of Chetana from all lines to some appropriate number value. So for that I am selecting the Chetana's USN. Copy, paste, Chetana USN. Contact number I am providing the some latest phone number with the same email ID. So here update record. Select update record. Remember, currently all the number is 9. After updating, the number is going to change from all 9s to this new number. Just click on update. So what it is displaying? One record updated. To know that whether that record is updated or not, again select display records and submit. See, it replaced the older value of the contact by newer value. Insertion is over. Record ಆಗ್ತದಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡು ನೀನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು. So here contact number is updated. Insertion has done, displaying record has done, modifying is also done. That is updation. Now delete a record. Suppose you want to delete a record. Suppose I want to delete the record of Ram Kumar. Copy and provide the USN of that person to delete. So click on submit. So record deleted. Really it is deleted. To see that display records. Submit. See that record is deleted. Suppose you want to delete all the record at once. Delete all. Just click on submit. Records deleted. Now check any records is present in your table. No record is present. This is all about you are going to create and writing the code using JDBC concepts. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm switching to the NetBeans window. Now let us create the program. First let us design the front end which has some information. Before that we need to have our own database to insert the value into, delete the value from, update the content into. So to do that, go to the services, then expand the MySQL server. Then there you will get MySQL schema. Right click and connect it. It will connect this instance. When you expand that, you will obtain the instance of this MySQL schema. Again expand this MySQL. You will have 3 different folders: tables, views and procedures. Under that tables there is a default number of tables which exist along with the MySQL, among which you are going to create your own table. Now to create your table, right click on the tables, create a table. To create table, you can provide the name of the table. Suppose the name of the table is Vidyarthi, because student is already exist. Student DB is also exist in my MySQL instance. In your case, if not exist, you create the student itself. I am providing the name here Vidyarthi. So adding the column, I am adding name of the student, varchar maximum length of the size of that student I am going to fit is 50 characters in length. So I don't want to allow the null value, so I am clicking this one, means deselecting, then click on OK. Then next column, so USN university seat number, where the maximum length of the USN is 10. I am enforcing this constraint as primary key constraint, so it supports for uniqueness. Then click on OK. Then what else you need to add? Suppose you want to add the contact number. See now, contact number. You can provide phone, contact number. So where maximum character I am allowing is 10, and I don't want to allow the null. Uncheck it, click OK. Then add, then email. So where maximum you can have up to 100 characters. Here I am limiting to the 50. Again, I don't want to allow a null value. So click on null, uncheck that null value. Okay. If anything, if you want to add it. So for example, semester, I'm going to add semester. Semester where 10 character, not null. Click on OK. So in this way, you are creating a table, or you are creating a table using in this way, or you can type the query for create table name Vidyarthi. So Vidyarthi name varchar of 50 primary key. So not sorry for primary key, not null. Then USN varchar of 10, etc. In this way you can create also. Okay, this is traditional way of writing query to create the table. This is a GUI. Through GUI you are created the table. So try to find where it is. Yeah, Vidyarthi is present here. So expand that table. You will get 5 fields: name, USN, phone, email, and semester. USN is the indexing key. Which indexing? Primary key indexing. Now right click and view data. Any data is present as of now? Just now you created the table. There is no data is present here. How to insert? How to write the query for insertion? So select star from Vidyarthi is what? This is displaying query, right? Displaying query. Displaying query is this one. Insertion query. Insert query is what? What is the insert query? Insert into Vidyarthi values, right? Name, I don't know the name. Then USN, I don't know the USN. Then I don't know the phone number of student. I don't know the email of the student. I don't know the semester of a student, which in real time the value may differ what I'm guessing. Right. This is the insertion query. In real time when application is up and running, so which student is going to enter the values into database, we don't know. That's why we are specifying the question mark in the insertion query. So you copy and paste it here. These are all the queries you are going to including in your coding part. The second is insertion. Display is over. Insertion is over. Then what else? Update query. So what is the command? Update Vidyarthi set. Which value you want to modify? Let us modify the contact number, phone number. So I don't know. For don't know value, question mark is used. Set phone number equal to new value, where what is the condition? based on USN. USN equal to question mark. Based on the USN, you are going to update the content of a table. Right? Again, copy, paste. It is update query. Next, delete query. Next, delete query. Delete from table Vidyarthi, where condition is what? USN. Based on USN selection, a particular record is going to be deleted with this query. So delete from table name where the column name equal to the value which you are going to specify in future. So this is delete query. Then delete all records. Delete all records query. Here, delete from Vidyarthi where USN equal means based on condition, your particular record is going to be deleted. If you are deleting all the record means this where condition is excluded. Delete from Vidyarthi means all the record at a time it is going to be deleted. These queries which are going to use in your JDBC statements. Okay, these are all MySQL statements. These MySQL statement act as a query string in your JDBC statement. In that query string, you are treating these as a JDBC statements. So there is a 5 steps involved in JDBC programming. The first step is loading and registering the driver. Second, initializing the driver. Third, creating the statement objects. Fourth, executing the statement object. Fifth, closing the connection. Now, after creating successfully this table, we'll go with projects. Before projects, let us check this query syntax is right or wrong. Right or wrong. So right click on that Vidyarthi. Here select execute command. You paste it or type here insert into Vidyarthi values. Whether it works fine or not, let us check first. SKT USN MCA 123 phone number. Third field is phone field. Then fourth field is email ID. Fifth field is email ID. Fifth field is, what is that field? A semester. Semester is I'll write 6th semester. Okay. Now here there is a run command, run SQL. Click on this. If there is no syntax error, it will show executed successfully in these many seconds. 1 row affected means it is updated or inserted 1 row in this table. Whether it is inserted or not, check it. Right click, view data. See that value is inserted. Recently what I inserted the value, that value is inserted here. See the equivalent query to view data is select star from Vidyarthi, which we have written here. Select star from Vidyarthi. Is it clear? Now, so let us, front end is over, partially over, back end is ready to accept the values. We need to construct the control. In the model view controller, model is ready, means database is ready. View is partially ready. Only we have created the where we have created what we have created, nothing we have created. just we have assumed the fields, right, in the database. So we are not done view part and the controller part. We have done with the model part now. Now we switch to the view part. Go back to the projects window, expand the web pages, right click on web pages, new, select HTML page. Here give Vidya info. Vidya info is the page name of Vidyarthi information page. Finish. It is going to create the template HTML page for you. Now design your HTML page. So for that I am adding the background color equal to some Sunsilk, the color name, that one, Sunsilk. So I am placing all the controls in center page, all the content on the center page. Now heading information, heading 1. So Vidyarthi information page. Vidyarthi information page. If you horizontal rule, if you want to include, you can include horizontal rule, so to separate between the heading and the parts. So define a table, set the border value 1, border value. Why we need to define the table? It aligns properly, it aligns the controls in a proper manner, otherwise the visibility is not good of that controls. So every table has table row. We need to have two we need to have one row with 2 column. So total how many rows is required? One for heading row, second for name row, then USN row, phone row, then phone or email row, and semester row. There are 5 rows are required. Each row will have a 2 columns, table data. So you will have two columns. 2 column representation is TD. In one first TD set, you are writing the labels. In the first set, you are writing label student name. Then what is that? Student name. Which are the fields are there? Student name, USN, then phone. Then you can write mobile phone number, mobile phone. Then not here. This is first TD, mobile phone. Then email, then semester. Okay. This is additional tag. Additional tag not required. Okay. Now these are labels. Now corresponding controls we need to define. For that, for student name, input type equal to text. The control box name equal to name, student name. Then value, initial value you are going to set is null. Similarly, define maximum size. You can specify for the name is, you can mention max length equal to 50. Now, second control, type equal to text, name is USN, values as of now null value, means no value in the beginning, max length, maximum length you can specify 10. The third control is phone number, phone or ph, phone, no, phone number, value, default value if you want you can set maximum length equal to 10 character. Again, next email, input type equal to email, name equal to email, name equal to email. So in HTML file it supports what? Input type equal to phone, or you can provide confusion, let it be as it is text. Email maximum length is length equal to 50. Then finally semester, text sem, by default you can set the value for semester, so max length equal to 10 characters. Save it. Are you able to do follow the program? Yes or no? Okay, let us look into how your page is look like. Table is open closed here. We need to uh, write the action tag, form action tag, form action. When you click on the specific button, submit button, that is going to be invoke. So which servlet you can specify Vidya servlet. So method you can specify post. Method you can specify post. That form should be closed with the above content. Save it. Save it. Then run it. See how it look like your page. How page is looking like first. Is it visible? Browser is visible.
No, sir.
Now browser is visible. Browser is visible.
Yes, sir.
Black screen, right? So what I have selected that color, this browser is not supporting currently. To avoid that, again I am switching back to the program. I'm switching back to the program. I'm changing the background color, BG color Sunsilk to some pink color. Again rerun the code. Rerun the code. See the output window. How it look like? Now you are able to visible the Vidyarthi information page, right? Properly. Horizontal rule bar is used to separate the heading and the page content. Student name, USN, mobile number, phone, email, semester. Okay, is it clear? Now you need to define the buttons, right? Buttons to submit this in user form to the servlet to handle that request. Now switch to the NetBeans. Now switch to the NetBeans. Add the buttons. Add the buttons. Again, I am creating one more table. Second table, to have a control of the buttons. Table row, single row I am creating with single column. Single column I am creating. So first button is input type equal to submit, name equal to, so insert record into database. Insert value equal to insert. Value equal to insert. First one is insertion is over. The second one, either you can go with exclusively like creating the buttons one at a time, delete, just rerun this one. How it look like, the page look like, the page is look like this. The page is looking like this. Go to the browser, see the browser. See the browser, how the page look like. Insert button, separate button, delete, separate button. You can create these kind of display button, etc. and so on. You can create these, or you can have a selection option. Based on that also you can design your page. So which one if you comfortable to work with, you can design the page. So I am comfortable with selecting the options. So I'll be back to your HTML page design. HTML page design. Rather than going with the button controls, I am going with the select control. For that, select your choice of action. Select your choice of action. Here I am going to create the drop down selection menu. Select, value equal to submit, option. Each selection have the options. First option is for insertion. First option for insertion, insert, option value equal to insert. Select, option is for value equal to delete, delete. The third option is value equal to update. Update. The fourth option value equal to display. Display. The fifth option value equal to delete. Delete all. Delete all. Delete all. So close the select option. Close the select option. So close the select option, then close the table data option. Table data option. Only take out this closing tag. Close the table data. It's not a value, it's a name. Okay, now save it. Again, rerun it. How it look like? Run file. Run file. I'm switching to the browser window. Now, see, observe. It is going to display. Select your choice of action. Display which choice, whether you want to insert, whether you want to delete, update, display, or delete all. Now, the front end view page is over. Designing of view page is over. Now, back end model is over. Front end design view page is over. Now, the controller we are going to design. Come back to the NetBeans. Come back to the NetBeans. Come back to the NetBeans. Now, in the source packages, click on new, go to the servlet. Go to the servlet. What is the name you were given for servlet? Some servlet you name given in the forum, right? View. With what is the name servlet? Vidya servlet you given. Vidya servlet. Copy that name of the servlet instead of typing from keyboard. New servlet. You paste that same name here to avoid the exceptions in the mismatch in the typographical errors. So copy and paste here and click on next. If your NetBeans version is different, if it provides the checkbox window here, you click on that checkbox window. If you are using the same version which I am using, if it is the case, just click on finish. Click on finish. Now, here controller is going to design now. Controller is going to design. It's very simple JDBC programming concept. You need not to buy hard. You need to understand. Which are the 5 JDBC steps? Load and register driver, initializing the database or driver, creating statement, executing the statement, and closing the connection. For that, we need some terminologies, JDBC terminologies, which we are going to discuss it parallelly. Let us create some private connection variables, private result set variables, and private statement variables here in a global scope, class scope. So type private connection object you are going to create. C capital connection on equal to initial. You are initializing the initial connection as null. If the connection is referencing to the any other objects in the same application, before using that you are going to reset to the null. Now add the relevant package to the connection, java.sql.connection. There are variety of versions of the SQL connection. Here use this import java.sql.connection. So the corresponding package is added here. You can observe. Then, so another object, private statement. Java uses statement objects. Three types of statement objects. Statement object itself, if the inputs are unknown, and unknown on the fly, if you want to insert the values, statement objects are used. Prepared statement, pre-compiled queries. You need to pre-compile the query before going to interact with the queries of that. For that, prepared statements and callable statements are used to call the stored procedures. So we are going to demonstrate here the prepared statement and the statement object itself in this code. Here statement st equal to null. Import the corresponding SQL statement. Second one. Now one more variable, private variable. As I said, prepared statement, prepared statement equal to initialize it to null. So null means dereferencing that object which if it is used somewhere else in the application. So add the appropriate package. Add the appropriate package. Which package you added? Prepared statement. Prepared statement pst equal to null. Here con st pst are the user defined object names. So one more, we need to have result set object. It is able to hold the resultant of the query. So result set rs. So this also you can create the private specification. Result set rs equal to null. So import the relevant package result set. After specified that global variables, now it's very interesting. We need to have some of the database connectivity statements. As I said, some of the database connectivity statements, loading and registering the database, initializing the database, right? So for that, we will have the statement called as class dot, we have for name method. What did it will return? What the for name method it is going to define? It acts as a class loader of the current class. It loads the class for name method. What is the parameter of this for name? That is database. In the prerequisite we listed the database driver. Copy this jdbc.mysql.jdbc dot driver pom.mysql.jdbc.driver. It is a driver. This class is going to be loaded. After loading, registering and initialization should happen. It is showing the error because if this class fails to load this instance or this driver, you need to handle the exception, right? Unreported exception is exception it may throw. What is the exception? There is a possibility of class not found exception. For that, you surround this statement with block with try catch. You surround that catch block with try catch. So that problem is resolved. Here you can just display out dot print ln out.println. That exception is going to be defined. That exception is going to be defined. I am excluding these two lines from the try finally block. Otherwise you will get out. But because if you include in this block, this out is belongs to only that block, but this out should belongs to the whole entire code of your block. This is loading driver happened. Next step, you need to have a connection by initializing through driver manager. It invokes get connection method, which 3 parameterized method. First parameter path of the database, second parameter username, third parameter password. Here database URL JDBC MySQL localhost, copy. You paste it as a string, double quotes, paste it as a string. Then second one, username is root, password also root, put it in double quotes, root, username and password, root and root, semicolon. Again, there is you need to have the import statement for this driver manager. Add import for java.sql.driver manager. And after adding the import packages, there is a possibility of again throwing exception. What exception? SQL exception. So you handle that again. Surround block with try catch block. Right. Here SQL exception, it is going to be thrown. You can replace out.println exception. Handle that exception. Okay. Then after that, JDBC connection part is whether it is working fine or not. Let us check with condition. If connection not equal to null. If connection is not equal to null, it should work fine. Otherwise, what is the condition? Else. What is the condition else? Out.println database error. Database connection error. If it works fine, otherwise there is a connection error. Fine. Now connection, this object is referencing to that driver. Now what are the actions we need to do? Insert, delete, update, display and delete all records. First let us go with insertion. First check the condition. If before that we need to collect the user data which is sent in the user form. That is string name of the student equal to which method, which object, request dot get parameter method. So what is the name you given there? S name. Check if you are not familiar. Check it. What is the name you given here? S name, USN, PH, no, email and SEM. Similarly, collect all the information, user information, USN, request dot get parameter. So USN request dot get parameter USN. Okay, you create this USN1 to avoid the confusion. String, then contact equal to request dot get parameter that is ph number. Then string which is email equal to request dot get parameter email. Then string sum equal to request dot get parameter. Sum. You have collected all the user data submitted by the user forum. Now based on the click event, if it is insertion selection, insert needs to be invoked. So choose one more variable called as string your choice variable request dot get parameter. What is the name of the selection? What is the name of the selection which you given here? Name of the selection is submit. You use that submit to collect the value corresponding to that submit. Suppose when you select the insert value is going to be used for this submit. When you select delete option, delete value is going to be used for this submit. Okay. Now connection is if it is success, check your condition. If choice dot equals what's the value? Insert if choice dot equals is insert, insertion statement you need to write. Else if choice dot equals, what is that? Delete. If choice is delete, what is that? Else if choice dot equals, what is next option? Update. Choice dot update. Else if choice dot equals display block. Else finally if choice dot equals delete all. Delete all. Okay, so you need to write the code for this. Now let us go with insertion. First create the query for instruction. String QINS query. QRY. For insertion query, already we written here, right? What is the insertion query? Insert into Vidyarthi values question mark. Insert into Vidyarthi. You put it under the string. Create the string query for insertion. Similarly, create the string del query. String del query. It is the query for delete a particular row. This delete query. Delete query. Then create the update query, string equivalent query. What is the query? Update the table name based on the values which you are going to specify. Then display. What is the query? Display. Select star from Vidyarthi. Display. Write the query string display query QUQRY. Then what is next? Delete all records. Delete all records. String del all QRY equal to. You have written JDBC equivalent statement. These are not queries here. These are just a string messages here. Okay. Now let us go one by one. So since we don't know the values while inserting the values onto the database, there is two way. Either we go with the statement object or we go with the prepared statement. So I'm demonstrating both. First I'll go with the creating statement object. Statement object already created here, ST. Now you are invoking the statement object to create the statement. So inside this, you are initializing the statement object by invoking the, you are creating, you are connecting that to your query statement by invoking on that con.create statement. Con.create statement. Now statement is ready. It is like a plugin. It is like a pipeline. That statement object is ready now. Now you need to pass the query onto that statement object. So I am going to do some little modification in this query. Rather than with going with question marks, I am going with some values directly passing on to the query. What is the very first value? First value is what? Name, right? First value is name. First value is name. What is second value? This is a syntax to provide the values on the fly. Second value is USN 1. USN 1. The third value is, what is the third value? Contact email SEM. Contact then email, contact email, and finally Finally 7. So closing is over. This one, this is over, this is over, this is over, this is over. For this, plus double quote, single quote, close. Okay, this is the proper syntax of a modified query string. Now, with the help of this statement object, by invoking, after creation the statement, the next stage is execute the statement. So for that, st dot execute, you are passing the execute. There are variety of execution here. So which one you would like to execute? If execute is called, means it will tells whether the execution happened or not. The return value is boolean. So you are changing the database state from initial state to the row 1 state. For that, execute update query is used. What is the query name? INSQRY. What it will return? How many rows are going to be inserted? It is going to return. Then display the value out.println. So R row added to database table. Database table. Println. Yeah. Println. Insertion is over. It will display the message how many number of rows is added to the table. It will display. Now, second, let us go with delete. So for this, I am going to use the pre-compiled query, that is prepared statement. Prepared statement. So prepared statement already created with the object name PST. Now you are going to invoke call to the prepare statement. So PST equal to connection dot prepare statement. Prepare statement. Prepare statement. You are going to invoke. You are preparing statement on del query. Del query. Del query is not known as sequentially. If you write below the string query, that error is going to be solved. But in the pre-compiled query, we have to set USN value. So for that, we are using the getX and setX method of the PST statement. So PST dot set string. Set string. So what is the USN? Index value is first index value, because only one you are going to set. What is the parameter you are going to set here? USN 1. Here USN 1 is used to set the value of USN, which is collected from the user. Based on that USN you are going to provide, it is going to set that USN here. Because it is pre-compiled query, you need to provide on the fly the USN value here. Once if it satisfies, the query is going to be executed through the PST object. PST dot execute update. Again it is going to return the how many number of record deleted is there. How many record? Only one record, because based on not only one, it might be many record. Based on this condition, USN if you are going to check with means uniquely identified rows only. Most of the time it is single record is going to be deleted. Out that println row record deleted. This is about the deletion of the record. Insertion over, deletion over. Now update. Again update, you're going to use the prepared statement again. PST equal to connection dot prepare statement. On which query you are preparing? Update query you are preparing. Then you are going to set the before that you need to set how many parameter? Index 1, index 2. That is PST dot set string index 1. What is the phone? What is the phone for here? It is used contact. You used here contact. For the index 1, for this index 1, you are setting contact value on the fly because you are going to prepare the statement here. Second index you are going to set is PST set string. Second index is second. What is the value you are collected there in the above? USN 1. Based on that USN, the corresponding contact is going to be updated. Now prepare the query and now do the execution. PST dot execute update. Execute update. PST dot execute update. So display the message to the user how many rows updated. So R record updated. Clear? R record updated. I hope you are understanding how to write the coding and with respect to JDBC. Okay, then delete all. I'll switch to the delete all, or I'll go with the sequencing. Display. So when you select the option display, select star from Vidyarthi. So again here I'm going to create the prepared statement for this. Prepared statement. There is no setting option is available, so you can use PST dot connection. PST equal to con dot create statement. Prepared statement connection dot prepare statement. The string display query you are passing as a parameter to prepare statement. Then so once if you execute this, select star from Vidyarthi means one record is present, one record is displaying. If hundreds of record is present in that Vidyarthi table, you need to display all the 100 records. So it is a little complicated query, displaying query. For that, to store the intermediate resultant query values, we are using result set object. RS equal to PST dot execute. PST dot execute query we are going to use. So execute query method is used to execute the RS. What is the name given here? RS, the capital R given. Yeah, RS result set. So record result set equal to execute query. Now check in the result set. If you have only single value, it will display single row record. If multiple value, multiple display means you need to repeat the record set by using getX methods of the record result set object. So here I'm going to display the result in the form of tabular form, in the form of table. So for that creating HTML head, title, Vidyarthi info, title, head, out.println. This output is going to display onto the user browser. Head, next body. You can use busy color equal to some cyan to differently identify your regular browser and the new content browser output. Body busy color equal to cyan. Body, in that body, then table border equal to, you can specify the table border equal to 2. You use the single quote, then okay, single quote, fine. Table is open here, you can open the table row, or you can come down, out dot println, out dot println, uh, table row, table data. So very first row is the headings. So headings is student name, then table data, USN, table data, USN. Next table data, student name USN, which is the next one is mobile number, email, semester. Here mobile phone, you can use the separate out.println. Mobile phone, table data, email, table data close, table data open, email, and semester. Table data close and table row close. Table row close and table is closed. Don't close table here. Don't close table here. Table row is closing. Now it is going to display the heading for the. It is going to display the heading for the resultant query of your table. Now, so looping is used here to fetch the each record present in the query, which is select star from Vidyarthi. Now record set dot next, if it has a value, it is going to be displayed. If it has a value, it is going to be displayed. That is out dot println, row by row it is going to display. So table record, table row, table data. So first record is student name, right? Student name. First record is student name. Second record is USN. Third column is phone number. Fourth column is email ID, and fifth column is so first one is result set. So result set dot get string column index 1. Get string column index 1. In the resultant table, the first index column is student name. You are fetching the first column name, first column value. as a get string 1. Similarly, you are fetching result set dot get string 2. String 2 means USN you are fetching. Then then result set dot get string third value of fetching, that is phone number. Then out dot print ln pd records result set dot get string fourth is email id closing td opening td. The fifth one is get string column index. Fine. Td it needs to be closed here. td closing as well as table row closing. Table row closing. So it repeats until all the record is get displayed. Okay, this is all. So you need to close. Table is open somewhere here. You need to close HTML heading and all. So here, once everything is displayed, close the table here. Out that println. Close the table here. Close the body is here. Close the HTML is here. Closing is over. Then after that, a display is over. Now delete all records. Delete all records. You create the statement or prepared statement. I'm going to use the prepared statement pst equal to con dot prepare statement. The query is delallqry. The query here int rows, because multiple values you are going to delete. pst dot execute. You are deleting all means execute query method is used. Execute query. Sorry, execute 1 minute. pst dot execute update. Execute update is used. Out dot println all records deleted. So to get instance your page in every action of record, include this additional line. Include the additional line, this one. Request dot get request dispatcher. What's the name of your student form? Vidya info dot html dot include. You repeatedly use wherever you need it. In after insertion, again you want to see the copy of it, you can use this. Then after that closing this record. before this you can use here. So enough that you can use here. So just it includes this form every time after your execution. Now let us check whether our code executes or not. If not, we will debug the code. So now click on run of Vidya info, run file. So are you able to see the window? Run file. Right. Now first let us display if any content is present. Oh, we missed out the submit button here. So again you add that submit button here. Add the submit button in your info Vidya info page. After choice TD, add the submit button. You can add here TD input type equal to submit, value equal to submit, name equal to submit. So now rerun the code, come back to the output window. Come back to the output window. Now try to display the content which is exist. Submit. There is a JDBC error, class not found exception. Why? Because the JDBC jar file is not added to the library part of the code. So again, this is very important. If we miss this step, we even though code is everything is right, you are unable to execute the code. For that, come back to the projects window. In the libraries, expand the libraries. Is there any jar file related to MySQL connector? If it is present, it will work. If not present, again you need to import that in this way. Go to libraries, right click, add jar or folder, locate that MySQL connector where you are downloaded that file. So somewhere I have downloaded here. I am going to import that. Open. So that MySQL connector Java jar file package is added. In this package, you are going to get this com.mysql.jdbc driver. You can find it. So many class files which supposed to work with your JDBC application is present in that .jar file. Now got it. If you miss this step, connection error, it will come how it comes the previously. So now execute again your code. After adding this one, execute your code. Now check display, submit your request. See, it is showing the detail which is already with the database. So I was inserted a record right in the beginning when I was created the database table. That record is going to be displayed. So how to resolve that error? By adding the library files onto the library file MySQL connector onto the libraries of your project. Okay, so now it is displaying. Let us check whether it is inserting or not. Chetana USN1 BY19 MCA 54 phone number, some phone number I am adding. So email Chetana at Gmail for some student. So now insertion, submit. So one row added to database table. Let us check whether it is added or not. Again display, submit. Yes, Chetana is added. Again select a few more records to insert into table, database table. Insert, one row added to the database, display it, display. Now go with the update option. I want to change the Ramkumar number from this using USN. USN is using, I am here. I'm changing phone number from phone number. Here I'm choosing the phone number. Something like something. So just update. SQL exception error, out of range one number of parameters is 0. So some exception it is throwing. Let us debug for update. Then we'll go with the delete option. Delete option. Select that USN. Type the USN. Submit it. Again there is an index out of range exception. So we'll check that also. Display one more time. And select the delete all, submit, all records deleted, display it. So insertion, display, delete all is working fine. Now we need to check the update and delete. Now come back to the NetBeans editor. Come back to the NetBeans editor. Come back to NetBeans editor. Go with the checking of the index. Here phone ph number phone. Checking with the delete, insert and delete. Sorry, delete and update. Okay, go back. Delete and update. Delete and update. So USN1, delete. USN1 is string 2. In the table, USN is the second stable. And contact is third one. Contact is third one. Contact. Okay. Now check. Right click. Run the table. Insert some value because already no insertion value is present because just now you deleted. Insert it. Display. Display. And go for updation. Updation. Give the new contact number. Give the new contact number. The first index value is it is accepting USN equal to 0. This is 2. This is 1. So index value begins from 0 to n. So that's why we're getting the index out of bound exception. Let us display Then update some contact number, update it. Okay. Update विद्यार्थी set phone equal to US equal to PST set string. First one is second one is this, first one is this. Okay. Then this is second one. Run the file, display content, again run the file with the new value, update. Field update. Yeah, you're passing directly. Okay. So you pass here directly rather than this, you directly pass USN1, USN1, USN1 rather than setting here. So it will execute. This is USN here, delete, insert, delete, display, delete all. Update, you can, yeah, you can use update phone number. Phone number is contact, contact where USN equal to USN equal to USN1, USN1. So now rerun the code, select the one which you want to update, update it, one record updated, display it, submit, the new value updated. Now deletion, do deletion, select the delete option. Based on your USN, that record is going to be deleted, display. Okay, are you able to see the output? So back to the browser. So refresh reload the page. First display if any record present, display it. No record present. Add few records. Submit. Added. Again insert. Second one, add some records. Insert. Third one, add some records. It is not adding the record with USN, same USN, because USN is set as primary key. Right, insert, display records, all records is displaying which is it is inserted. Now update a record. Suppose I want to update the phone number of that person. If I am updating, select the update option, submit, one record updated, display whether it is updated. Yes, it is updated. Then deleting a record, which one you want to delete. Suppose I want to delete the same which just now I updated, or you can delete some other. Suppose you want to delete Rakesh MC at 12. So select that specific USN and delete. One record deleted. Check whether it is deleted or not. Submit. It is deleted. Then now finally display. It is displaying the records. And finally delete all the records. Delete all. Submit. All records deleted. To check. Display. Submit. So this is about your execution of your program 10. So do practice by going through the my YouTube channel, department YouTube channel, which I'm going to upload this video. So you can have a look. By learning this one, you are able to complete the assignment project, lab assignment, that is what it is, a jewelry banker project. Okay, I hope you understood this program, how to configure the JDBC file, how to create the model, how to create the view, how to create the controller, how to add the library file onto the controller libraries, etc. and so on. You have you you have able to know this one. Any questions in this? Purva, Chetana, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, finally let us end the lab. Practice this. I'm uploading this video in the YouTube channel. Go through. If you have any doubts, you can come to me back during class hour or lab hour. Okay. It's a very simple. You need not to by heart. Only the thing you need to understand the what when you are using execute, update, execute query. So that is through JDBC. What I am discussing in the classroom, the same thing, Java database connectivity. So by attending those classes, you are able to understand what is this. Okay, let us stop.